January brought me a nice increase in earnings at Adobe Stock. That's the big headline for my latest update for my monthly sales. I'm really excited to share that I saw nice gains, not just month over month, but also year over year. Now, some things to keep in mind, since I always get asked these questions: how much of these sales were AI images? The answer is a very tiny portion of my portfolio is AI images, about a fraction of a percent. I did upload a few dozen in mid-2023, and several of those have sold really nicely for me, but because of the delays in AI reviews and my own fear of doing something wrong that could get my account banned, I haven't made AI a part of my normal workflow just yet. Also, I get asked, how big is my portfolio? How many images versus videos? I'm currently at about 23,000 images and about 8,000 videos. I'm uploading about 100 images and 100 videos a month, or about 1,200 of each a year. So diving into the numbers, first let's look at my year-over-year earnings. In January 2023, I earned $2,087. Fast forward to January 2024, and I earned $2,460, which is a nice 18% increase, and a lot more than I expected to see. I did notice as January rolled along that I had several days in which I earned more than $100 or even $130 a day. So an 18% increase year over year is great when I consider that I uploaded about 2,400 total images and videos, which grew my portfolio by only about 8%. That means most of the growth came from more buyer activity rather than me simply creating more content. That's really encouraging for me to hear because it suggests that the vast amount of AI content uploaded to Adobe in the past year did not cause my earnings to plummet, as many longtime contributors fear will happen to them. On the contrary, I saw some great growth. At the same time, a lot of new contributors were coming on board and uploading tons of AI content. Now, things look even better when I compare month over month. Of course, December is traditionally one of the lowest performing months of the year because of the holidays and buyers taking time off. So I was expecting January to post some gains over December, but I was not prepared for how much of an increase I'd see. In December 2023, I earned $1,697 compared to the $2,460 I earned in January 2024. And that's an increase of about 40%. That was huge. I looked back on what type of month-over-month increase I saw in December 2022 to January 2023, and I only saw about an 18% monthly increase a year ago. So 40% a year later is fantastic to see. Now, it's certainly not a rosy picture across all the other agencies. My earnings at Shutterstock fell by nearly 50% from January 23 to 24, which is pretty catastrophic. But even worse is Storyblocks, which in early 2023 had been my top earning agency. My year-over-year earnings at Storyblocks plummeted about 90%, but that was due to how the agency reconfigured how it valued certain customers, and they adjusted their payouts to contributors accordingly. At least that's how they explained it to me. But that's another video for another day. How were your January earnings? Are you optimistic on where Adobe Stock is headed? As I've done over the last few videos, I'd like to leave you with some insights from a course on selling images and videos online that I put together for Udemy. I also created a book that includes all the course content and other features like reviews of the agencies, lists of my best-selling topics, and much more. The book is free to everyone who takes the course. The link is in the notes below, and here's a look at the course introduction. I quickly realized that certain images and themes were selling and others weren't, and I adjusted what I was creating to meet customer demands. My very first successes were on business concepts like networking, growing sales, and other topics that I had looked for in my own job. Since I was actually a customer of Microstock, I could think like a customer. Plus, I had been trained throughout my career to put the need before the product. I shouldn't just create what I wanted to create and expect it to sell. My marketing jobs taught me to talk to customers, gather some intelligence on customers' needs, and then design a product that would meet certain pain points. I applied that marketing principle to my earliest photos and illustrations I created, and it worked right out of the gate. I streamlined my workflows and reached a point of creating and uploading 5 to 10 new images every day. My first full year of selling, I had more than 1,200 online and earned more than $15,000. I continued to learn and improve and began adding video to my portfolio. Within 5 years, I was earning more than $100,000 a year in passive income. Now, no one can guarantee how much money you can earn if you're starting out today. The truth is, it's much more competitive today than when I started, back in 2008. But I intend to teach you some of the most important things I learned so you can have a leg up on the competition. That's the goal of this course, to help you with my more than 15 years of experience, my trials and errors, to get you close to your goal as quickly as possible. One of the first golden rules I discovered when I began is this: don't wait to perfect your skills. Start today and learn as you go. Remember, the perfect is the enemy of the good. I didn't know much about photography, vector illustration, or 3D illustration when I started, but I taught myself enough to create my first uploads. To my surprise, they were immediately accepted and began selling. My skills slowly got better as I created and uploaded more and more, and I consider myself much better now than when I started 15 years ago. But I'm so glad that I didn't listen to the negative thoughts that said, you need to wait until you hone your skills perfectly. You have no right to try this yet. Well, I had every right to try it, and customers wanted what I created. Don't wait. Accept that it's a journey, but your first steps should start today. Here's a golden hack to build on that golden rule. Start simple. Don't aim for creating elaborate sets and hiring multiple models. And if you're still learning illustrations, try creating simpler, less detailed objects. One secret to Microstock is that simple objects, often isolated on a white background, or simple illustrated patterns, can sell really well. Now, the agencies have way more apples and other common objects isolated on white than they'll ever need. So you'll have to follow the steps I share in the coming sections to find objects and themes to focus on for these simple photos, illustrations, and videos. Just remember that you're not out to impress art critics or teachers with your technical skills. You're aiming to grab attention with images that customers need, and often a simple image or video can meet the need just as well as a complex one. This is still a principle I follow today. I always keep in mind the return on my investment of time and effort. Today, I don't put as much time into creating and uploading new work as I used to. That's the nice thing about having a large portfolio and a steady, established passive income stream. It doesn't take much work to maintain it. Still, I put in about an hour a day and keep uploading fresh new content. I enjoy making it because it's a great creative outlet for me, and I've been able to streamline the process a great deal. I hope you're starting to get excited and seeing some opportunities, but you might also be wondering, am I too late to the party? Isn't there already too much competition? I'm going to tackle these questions and more in the next section.